class, so just posting a message so that everyone can join in. So today we were busy with the test. I hope you got a sample of the test also, जो master stroke में आज दिया गया है. So let's wait for everyone to join. Let's wait for everyone to join since the class has been rescheduled. Waiting for everyone to join, and till then you can ask me doubts if you have any. Quickly, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so we are having. Umaira says, I am a new student. I don't know where to send the yesterday's task. So Umaira, please go to the Telegram group. Please do some of the foundation lectures, and I would want people to be integrated in that. So जो आपका पहला pinned session है, pinned message on the Telegram group will tell you everything. Unacademy session was really insightful, sir. Will correct take the steps in right direction. So thank you, Nikhil. So people who were able to visit the physical center yesterday, so Nikhil was one of them. So we talked about a strategy, and I took individual doubts also. So I'm glad that people got an opportunity. I also got an opportunity to meet my students in person and listen to their individual queries and help them with that. So it was a pleasure, and if in future such events happen, I will keep you informed. Good evening to all. Quickly waiting for everyone to join in, and then we will start. If you have any questions till then, please ask. Please feel free to ask questions. Is an academy center open in Patna? I am not aware of that. Umaira says, sir, yesterday homework about tribals. Umaira, I get that. Have you watched any of the classes? That is my question. If you have joined in, this is not a place just to get your homework checked. There is a way of getting it. That's what I'm saying. So if you attended my foundation classes, then the Telegram group, we have already told many a times that the administrator, you have to send the material, the information to the administrator. जो भी admin है उस group का भेज दीजिए. It will come to me. Don't worry. Pranam Priyank, Zahid, good evening. Are you a new student or an old student? So people who are joining us new, I have a request. Please look at the orientation session, which is on this channel, the pinned comment. Okay, so no new questions. So let us look at, let me upload the slides then, if no other questions are there. Last, what were we doing? We were doing tribal issues. So the SASA report, many of you have written that also, you've submitted on that. We looked at the demographic indicators. What was left? कुछ बचा था उसमें? I think longevity was left. I'll just check what was left. Last class. So migration, health indicators also left. Okay. So longevity is what we are going to do today. Migration is what we are. Health indicators may what are we looking at, Radha or Neeraj, whatever your name is. I think you are Neeraj. So health indicator में तो NFHS से हम लोग data लेने वाले. NFHS about we've already talked about that. We've already looked at the status of malnutrition, state of anemia, state of IMR, MMR. So that is the health indicator. तो हो चुका है. Akriti says health done. Health में हमने बात कर लिया, उसमें ऐसा और कुछ है नहीं. People have even submitted the map. मैंने आप लोगों के साथ map भी share किया था. If you remember the spatial part of it. So that part is done. So if you're still confused, don't worry. I'll bring the syllabus also. So let me upload the slide. Just a minute. So we'll look at the syllabus. This is Bachanpal. Good evening. Good evening to you. Bachanpal, good evening. I'm reading your name for the first time. If you are a new student, then please let me know. And there is a group on that. You will have to check the pinned comment over there. Good evening, Aarti. Good evening to all. I think it's been 10 minutes. So I've waited for all I know because of the time shift. Now let us get to work. So let's start with the syllabus once again. So the slide has been uploaded. Just looking at everyone joining. So it's been 10 minutes. Generally I give 5 minutes, but today and tomorrow onwards everything is the same time. So once again, just in case you're confused, I will remind you also. So is historical perspective done? How did the society involve? This is the temporal part which we did. Is everyone comfortable with that? So we had done a temporal part on this. Then we are looking at races, Guha's classification, languages. We had looked at all the language families. Ethnic diversity was those races only. Religious minorities also were finished yesterday. Major tribes, tribal areas. I said we have given you a handout on that. Problems we looked at in our discussion, and I also told you SASA committee. Okay. Cultural regions. If you remember, I put my slide also on that. So cultural regions are also there. Then we looked at the growth, distribution, density of population, and associated debates also. Demographic attributes, we looked at sex ratio, we looked at age structure, literacy, workforce. और ये age structure, literacy, workforce, ये हमने कहाँ किया? ये हमने किया demographic dividend. Do we get that? We have done this. Longevity I will be doing today. Longevity is left. Migration is left. I'll be doing this today. Health indicators I have talked about in NFHS. I would want you to have a look at that. But just in case you are still stuck with that, I will talk about this. So from my side, we are left with population problems, policies, and migration. Get that? So today is what class? Today is the 5th class. I think tomorrow is the last class. So tomorrow we will finish this also. And tomorrow I would want you to write some answers also. People who wanted a glimpse of what kind of questions can be asked, did you get to see the sample questions today? In light of NFHS, मैंने 3 questions पूछे हम लोगों से. One is on population policy. Other is on sex ratio. How those questions are asked. और कुछ भी पूछा क्या? NFHS में I think one more thing I've asked. I don't remember. Paper जब बनाया था. So you will see that when you go to give the real examination, your questions will be current, contemporary. Child sex ratio तो नहीं पूछा, sex ratio ही पूछा. I think sex ratio should include child sex ratio. Health indicators, yes, health indicators I've asked. So everyone tell me if you're going to write mains 2022. Family planning नहीं, population policy में पूछा है. वो उसी में आता है स्नेहा. Population policy includes family planning. ठीक है? So everyone, these 3 questions have been asked in light of NFHS. You would have also seen I've asked questions on flooding. So contemporary issues, flooding, how it is changing. I've asked questions on monsoon also. I've asked questions on migration also. आज वो भी किया जाएगा. Internal migration पर भी एक question पूछा है. Okay. So would you want to attempt them tomorrow? चाहे तो कैसे भी करके आ सकते हैं. I will select one for the class tomorrow. You can read them. So you are beginners. Why not you also take the advantage of people who are going to write mains? And what's the point? The people who are going to write the mains, they will be able to write the answer, and the students who are attending the class, they are not. तो आपने तो सब पढ़ा है. So I would want you to also try that. So take your time. Read related to that. आज का homework is जो 4 question आए. People who don't know what 4 questions I'm talking about. So on this Telegram group, I have posted a test paper for people who are writing mains. In that, these 4 questions are on population. You can very well have a look at them. Tomorrow I will make you write on. Health indicators एक बार अपना NFHS revise कर लो. NFHS revise कर लेना. Migration आज मैं बात करने वाला हूँ. That will also help you. ठीक है? So let's do that. Is everyone okay? So longevity से शुरू करते हैं. Longevity is life expectancy. So can I say life expectancy is an outcome of other health indicator? Yes, sir. So infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, nutrition, level of anemia, stunting, wasting, ये सब हमने बात किया. So मैंने उनका definition भी दिया था. So that's what we are talking about. So longevity is a fact of that. But I also believe that the socio-economic factors also have a role to play in longevity. Yes, sir. What kind of society, what kind of social relations we keep, what kind of economic stresses are there. Say, for example, we heard that during these lockdowns, people, many people, they went into economic shock, depressions, both ways, suicides, and many things happened. So does it make a difference? Achha. Politico-administrative factors. If there is no stable government, if there is a lot of terrorism, yes, a lot of criminal acts happening, country going to war, civil unrest happening, will people die? Riots happening, will people die? Yes, sir. Administration not being able to give adequate services, administration not able to control the health-related epidemics or any disasters, will it make a difference or not? So socio-economic, politico-administrative factors also play a role apart from, as I told you, health indicators में आपके they have a big role to play in this. Is everyone okay? So IMR, MMR, nutrition, etc. So we've already looked at that and we should be able to connect that. So I'm not talking about Pakistan, I'm not talking about Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, I'm talking about India. Do you think since independence, India's socio-economic status level of development is on the rise? Is the graph broad trend on the rise or on decline? It's on a rise, yes. With whatever, developing country has its own challenges, but it's on a rise, yes. Politico-administrative, is India truly a strong democracy, which has really worked its way positively? Well, democracy has its own challenges, but we have proved all our critics wrong. We have continued with a very, very strong democracy. So politics also there. Is the administration geared up? Is the politico-administrative setup of India a welfare state, or is it like Pakistan? We are a welfare state, so we are working on that also. Yes. And health indicators, are the health indicators NFHS showing us that or not? NFHS showing improvement on most of them. What I'm trying to say here is, a question comes on longevity, though, which I don't expect much of it, but if a question comes on longevity, it would be asking you to examine the trends of longevity. Examine the trends of longevity. So examine includes why and how also. Can I say the hidden whys and hows are here? These are hidden. So longevity is there. So that's one thing, that on account of socio-economic, political, administrative, health indicators improving effectively, the life expectancy of a human being in India has increased. Get it? But there will be, one is a gender gap. Do we agree there will be a gender gap? Why? Because female life expectancy is always more than male. Can I say the reason here is biology? Yes. So biologically, women would live longer. That's true. And apart from that, can I also say that with the status of women improving, nutrition improving, we can see other development indices or whatever we are talking about, they are also changing. So I think the gender gap is there and it is to stay. But can I say there is a spatial gap also? Yes. Region to region. Again, what factors? Socio-economic, political, administrative, health indicator factors. Yes. Epidemic, poverty, lack of nutrition. तो अलग अलग जगह पर. That's also there. Can I say rural, urban? हो सकता है. Can I also say that longevity increase has come with challenges? Longevity increase has come with challenges. What are the challenges? So we are going to have old age population. So that's a challenge. Old age population, managing it. And if they have created their resources, okay. If not, then that's going to be a challenge. Yes, sir. Old age is there. Can I say workforce related challenge? A young workforce and an old workforce. That's also there. अच्छा, इनके साथ pensions, social security challenge. True or not? Do we get that? No, everyone. People tell me, sir, we are afraid what will happen in the examination. Will I be able to write an answer or not, and everything. Before starting the topic, have I already given you the threads? A smart student, whenever he goes into that, यार longevity में मैं सोचता हूँ क्या चाहिए? अब तो data चाहिए बस. What is needed? One is data, other is maps. ये कहाँ से मिल जाएगा? कहीं से भी मिल जाएगा. मैंने बोला census से मिल जाएगा. Census website. Sir, isn't it there in Cooler? It is there in Cooler, but data is old. Can I say that? That's correct. True or not? अच्छा, अगर मैं इसमें demography लगाता हूँ, demography. So is this only a result of birth rate and death rate, or migration also has a role to play? True or not? What has happened? Lifespan is increasing, but is there rise in standard of life, quality of life also? That's a question mark. True or not? So should India, as a welfare state, just look at people living longer or people living a more satisfying, happy life? Have I expanded? What am I doing, everyone? What am I doing before getting into a topic? What am I doing? Sir, brainstorm kar rahe hain. I'm brainstorming. Yes. So when you attend a class, be it a GS class or an optional class, you suddenly feel that teacher knows a lot. What has teacher done? I'm giving you the trick of the teacher. Teacher has already brainstormed. And how many times does he brainstorm in a day? Every class he's brainstorming. Is he polished? Is he sharp? He's sharp. Is he reading the newspaper? Yes. Does he feel like connecting? Yes, he does feel like connecting. True or not? Has he looked at the previous year questions? Yes. Is he aware of the syllabus? Yes. True or not? Are you saying, sir, there is a debate about increasing retirement age? बिल्कुल है, तो workforce में आएगा और pension में आएगा. As long as you are in the workforce, that is there. When you retire, pension. So true. Yes, sir. So it's absolutely okay. Crime against old people, old age care, many things are there. इसी पे UPSC ने question पूछ लिया. What is geriatrics and challenges? Geriatrics. Again. So what I'm trying to say here is the world of the question. The world of the question comes from brainstorming, not from the text. Text does what? Text is a raw material, and you are in your 43rd, 44th class. That is why I said, some people who are joining me new for the first time, make sure you go on the Telegram channel, look at the pinned comment. वो आपका integration बता देता है कैसे होगा. Get that? Next batch का भी foundation होगा towards September end, but the batch will begin around September first week. So that's where we are going to start. Is everyone okay with that? So let's look at now in a way what I have done is I have created boxes in the minds of my students. Achha, for this topic, this is the world I should know. Now I should jump into the content. So remember, we have SRS data also, we have NFHS data also. So those sources bata diye. One is census. Census is done every 10 years, but we have these SRS sample registration surveys. Yes, and we have National Family Health Survey. They are done at a lower, higher frequency. So हमें कम से data मिल जाएगा. So latest trend is saying the data released in 2019 by sample registration system conducted by AB Census and Registrar General करता है that life expectancy at time of birth has grown from 49.7 to 69. बहुत अच्छी बात है. Registering a 19 years increase in the last 4 decades. 1970s to 2013 to 17, and we are looking at this data. This data, you can imagine 2019 का data, it won't change much अभी के लिए. तो हमारा कितना चल रहा है? 69 to 70 चल रहा है. Is everyone okay? So यहाँ पर मुझे एक data मिल गया. What is my data? Longevity 69 to 70 years. ठीक है. In the 1970s, it used to be 49. Now comes the reason. Can I say reason 1, reason 2, reason 3? That's also with us. People ask me how much data to remember. इतना कर लो पहले. Can we remember this? Though life expectancy for male was higher for female half a century ago, the trend has been reversed since 18185. Remember, biologically, who should live longer? Female. But till 1985, male was living higher than female. What does it tell? What does it tell till 1985? What does it tell us? Status of woman. That woman, biologically, she was allowed a greater window, but sociologically, she is discriminated against. There are health-related issues. IMR is high, MMR is high. So many things. Though we were looking at gender-specific abortions happening, वो दिखाई देता है data में. यहाँ पर हमारे पास एक point है. Should we talk about this? So everyone, is it good? Is it good? Patriarchal notion, whatever you say, patriarchy, जो भी reason लिखना. Is it good that now women are living their natural life longer? Is that good? But whatever I told you, this is also sociology. Let me bring geography, and I have a sad fact for you. The sad fact is Bihar and Jharkhand are the only states where still males live longer than females. Okay. On an average, while Kerala is the only state where village folk outlive their urban counterpart. So दो बहुत अच्छे spatial data है, spatial case study. अभी भी because of low health care, because of still high IMR, MMR. Do you get that? Still we are looking at Bihar and Jharkhand because they are low on the socio-economic indices. Unfortunately, it is still that the female's life expectancy is lower than males. Does it tell us? So is it a supporting case study? Is it a supporting case study that your socio-economic indicators will decide your business? And everyone, where is better healthcare? Rural areas or urban areas? Better healthcare. Urban areas, yes. So you have doctors, super specialty hospital, people will not die. So if the people will not die, will people live longer? So this is where comes a beautiful example of Kerala. In Kerala, village people are living longer than urban. Why? Because village level पर भी health awareness है. Village level पे भी village health center. Yes, there is a community health center. So education to community health center. So community has a big support on that. Get that? Second is the stresses of urban area. Think about the stresses of urban area. They are not easy. Yes, people are aware of their health. And I also want to tell you, have you heard of Kerala? People go there for health treatments. Yes, so Kerala massages, Kerala, oil therapies and all those things. कितने लोग केरला में जाते rejuvenation program के लिए? Can I say this? This is a very, very strong support for our traditional medicine systems. You can use this as a case study. Traditional medicine systems in India, rather than looking for outside, Panchakarma, whatever you are talking about, I'm saying, does that come as a case study? So this is where a geographer, when he is reading something on issues which have overlap with sociology also, ये वाला हमारा काम करता है. डू वी गेट दैट? ठीक है, अच्छा चलो, क्योंकि ज्योग्राफी में देखना, I have to look at geography, so I decided to compare. Within India, I went outside also, and I said, let me compare. While life expectancy in India has risen, but it still is lower than Bangladesh, is 72. Nepal is 70, Sri Lanka is 75, China is 76. Pakistan से 66 है, we are very happy. Pakistan से तो ज़्यादा है. So everyone, though, can I say Sri Lanka, will it change after the recent one? Can it go up and down? So did I say, factors can change? So these are dynamic things. But as I said, India's curve is going up. India's curve is commendably going up. So we are looking at that. But yes, they could have been better. So ये भी हमें पता चलता है. 13 to 17 in this SRS, UP had the lowest life expectancy. So UP had the lowest life expectancy and Kerala is this. अब आप कर लो UP model, Kerala model. You can come to the politics of it. Yes or no? True. But the fact is, education, status of women, education, status of women, plural society in Kerala, Hindus, Muslims, Christians live in harmony. Do we get that? So pluralistic society, is it prone to hazard? Does bad flood and cyclone hit Kerala or not? We are looking at that. Still, it is able to give higher life. So आप मुझे बताइए, is this possibilism or not? True or not? And do we all see, yeah, UP needs a deal on this? Yes or no? अच्छा एक बात बताइए, यूपी में तराई बेल्ट हैज अ ब्रेन फीवर वाला इशू होता है. ट्रू और नॉट? तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं? जापानीज एंसेफेलाइटिस. The Tarai belt which we are looking at, Pilibhit region. Yes? True? Every year it will happen. What the government does for that? Moment people start dying, children start dying, they want to suppress the report. Yes? नहीं कोई नहीं मरता. डेटा नहीं है, डेटा को मैनिपुलेट करेंगे. But that's a real thing. रत्नम is saying क्रोसिन देते हैं. तो रत्नम बात ये है कि अब तो उसकी एक वैक्सीन भी अवेलेबल है. Now तो the vaccine is also available. But the idea is reaching out to the people who कब होगा. True or not? वो कितने सालों से पक्का मर रहा है. And everyone, if you remember, I told you Tarai belt is the malarial belt of India. So it's a geographical reason that will happen. Tell me one thing. In Kerala, is it geography that gives them cyclone? Yes or no? If the chief minister starts feeling ashamed that because of cyclone disaster happened and he wants to hide the data, isn't that sad? So Kerala chief minister does not feel ashamed. He's saying, "Bhaiya, flood aa gaya, please give me some relief, and I need to save the life of the people." And communities educated, they also want to stand for each other. True or not? Let's come to UP. Let's hide that data. Why? The administrator wants to save his job. स्कूल गंदा होगा, हॉस्पिटल गंदा होगा ही नहीं, बट ही विल सेव हिज जॉब. देयर इज नो शॉर्टेज, एवरीथिंग वाज देयर. बच्चे हंसते हैं, खेलते कूदते पैदा हो रहे हैं. ट्रू और नॉट? आई एम सेइंग डेटा इज सपोज्ड टू बी अ फ्रेंड. एंड व्हाई? दैट इज द बेल्ट वेयर इट विल हैपन. उसी बेल्ट में तो होना है. व्हाई फील अपॉलोजेटिक अबाउट इट? बी स्ट्रांग एंड डील विद इट. दैट्स वेयर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Kerala recorded the highest life expectancy at birth for males and females in rural areas. Himachal recorded highest in both males and females in urban areas. अब बताइए हिमाचल तक के पास है. हिमाचल प्रदेश, if you open the Hindu newspaper today, because of the flood, हिमाचल में फ्लड आया है. All those region, मंडी and all, सब कुछ फ्लड है. वहां पर लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी इज हाई. यूपी विच इज प्लेन, फर्टाइल सॉइल, एवरीथिंग इज देयर, वहां पर नहीं. Does that tell us a lot about our politicians? And if people of Bihar are happy today that Bihar का नाम नहीं आ रहा, you are not far. So it's nothing to do with UP party, political party or Bihar political party. It is sad commentary on the political administrative environment in these states. Do we get that? 2013 to 17 female life expectancy was 70 और males कितना जी रहे थे? 67. तो 2.5 years कम जी रहे थे males. So that's what biology is about. Is everyone okay? One sheet, all data is there. Inside India, outside India, और क्या चाहिए? So do we make separate note? अरे इसका मैप बनाओ यार. My job, I do my homework. I do my homework for my classes. You do your homework. You have to digest it now. Can you see? I gave you ideas and I gave you the skeleton and I gave you the muscles also. True or not? अगर इसको connect कर दे, तो you are a good answer writer. Now what is happening? So people who came to yesterday's live session, did you meet that boy? So this boy has given 5 attempts, and he has not cleared his prelims once. Okay, he came to me after the session. So when you people left, he came to me. He said, "Sir, I was not very clear about my optional. So I studied psychology for some time. I really liked that psychology, and the coaching teacher was very good. Then I studied, sir, geography also. Get that? And sir, I have joined that coaching. So Delhi ki coaching, which is about quintals of notes. So he says, now the notes are so big, sir. Sir, I'm afraid that how will I complete them?" I said, "Why are you bothered about this? Isko chhod de side mein." So same thing. He joined a psychology teacher. That psychology teacher is known for kilos of notes. So what happens? You don't blame the teacher. Teacher ने क्या दिया? 1 kg of notes, 2 kg of notes, 10 kg of register after register. So he says, "Sir, the teacher was very good, sir. Notes were very good. But sir, वो subject मुझे नहीं जमा." Perfectly okay. Now he says, geography fellow, there is a geography fellow who is doing PhD in geography. वो खुद नहीं कर रहा है, बच्चों को जबरदस्ती करवा रहा है. So now he says, "Sir, there is so much. When I look at that, I'm afraid. Sir, I'm giving 7 hours to geography every day." I said, "Tell me one thing. My dear friend, you've given 5 attempts of prelims. 5 years of examination. उसके पहले भी होगा और अभी भी है. You are still bothered about content? And you're still collecting it and you're afraid? He said, sir, what is your advice then? Should I leave the optional for now, for some time? I said, for good, छोड़ दे अभी optional. 5 prelims attempts you've not cleared. You're talking to me in this month. GS पे काम कर यार. Somebody should hold you by your collar and make you answerable. I'm sorry, at times I hold you people by your collar. And I say, मेरे साथ हो तो यार answer करके दिखाओ यार. I'm sorry, I am a little at times, I scold you people also. And I really feel, there were students, yesterday in the class, आप में से बहुत से लोग थे. क्या आप लोग उसकी situation में आना चाहोगे? Nikhil was there. I think Abhishansa was there. So many people were there. 5 years. पहले psychology कटा कर, geography कटा कर, उसको मैं अगर ये बोल दूं ना अभी, he cannot write an answer. I'm saying, what is an answer? And कितना करना है ये तो उसमें भी काम होगा यार. 5 years यार. And he seriously, and when we asked, अच्छा चलिए क्यों नहीं हुआ? Sir, I think my preparation में थोड़े से gaps लगे. अभी ना मेरे preparation में there are few gaps. तो gap कब भरेगा? Sir, वो मुझे time नहीं मिलेगा because ना geography optional ना, I am writing notes. Every day the teacher is dictating question and answer. Remember, teacher created a kunji chap teacher, and that is continuing. And that's the sad part. So he himself said, sir, after attending those class where he dictates question, answer, sir, I have this much. I feel my geography is very mechanical, sir. I feel my geography preparation is very mechanical. There is no flow in it. When the question comes outside, I can't even think. Everyone, for this topic, it's over. First, we thought before getting into the topic, and did you see that even you people can think? उसके बाद क्या है? ये topic यहाँ पर है. Now what will I do is, I will create a fancy introduction. Students write down, please, my dictation. Then I will dictate all this data, and then I'll give conclusion. चलो लिख लो, ये आएगा exam, and we like it. They spend nearly 8 hours in the classes taking those dictations for 5 months. And when they come out, you give them questions, they don't know any answer, how to write that answer. I'm sorry, I'm pushing you on that side, but trust me, यार वो होना है. It was heartbreaking to see that boy. After 5 attempts also, he was not clear. And he told me, sir, I am a national champion in table tennis, bronze medalist. I asked him, you started table tennis from the foundation level or from the top level? So he said, foundation. No? I started with it. ऐसे ही मैं खेल रहा था. Then my teacher told me, build up your stamina. Table tennis is one thing. Then this, then forehand, then backhand, then spin, and everything. As you did them step by step, no? Or did you read books on that? Did someone give you dictations on that? Did someone give you question and answers on that? He said, no, sir. I said, then why are you doing geography this way? Why are you doing GS this way? Think about it. I said, you have all the talent. It is not easy to become a national champion, true or not? So the person has a talent, but he's taking it the wrong way, true or not? I have some water. Yes, I want it to go in my stomach. Can I put it through my ears? Yes, I can. It will be a painful one. By gravity, it will go to my stomach only. Sab jala ke jayega. True or not? So let's not get trapped into this. Whatever your material is, I do work on that. I give you the latest. And I always say that in my live classes. I give you so many opportunities to write also, think also. Don't see them as time waste. That is capacity building. I really feel that I learned a lot in my school, but I learned a lot even outside studies in my school. True or not? School taught me through my books and my teachers and my score. But through those discussions, through those interactions with my friends, I learned a lot. True. That's where I am inviting you. Think and link. Illustration चाहिए होता, diagram चाहिए होता, देखो कितना अच्छा diagram है. सर ये कहाँ मिलेगा? Now everyone, all of us are looking at this. ये newspaper में था. I got it from a newspaper. So why not? ये तो बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे कि we are jumping. So life expectancy used to be 64 in 1 decade, और अभी कितना हो गया? 68 हो गया. So it has gone 3.5 years. I can show it like this. From 1970 to 2020 और 2019 उतना कितना आया? इसमें आया 20 years. So that's the data. True or not? In some other countries, life expectancy is falling. Syria में down भी जा रही है. Why Syria में it is going down? Civil war. Syrians are dying or not? Did I give you an example that in the next winding, maybe Sri Lanka, it goes down? Possible. Smart people will be able to connect. अपने answer दो, example दो, examiner is knowing that. Yes. So everyone, these are the ones which you are looking at. नीचे की तरफ हम जाएं तो छत्तीसगढ़, उत्तर प्रदेश, झारखंड, MP, Bihar. Can I say again the EAG states? Everyone, tell me one thing. Suppose you don't remember the data. Suppose you reach there and you don't remember the data. Can a smart student write the EAG states are performing poor? Can I say that or not? True. So we can look at all those things. I don't want to get into this. एक map जरूर होना चाहिए. तो मुझे map में दिखाई दे रहा है health divide. Can I call it health divide? Good phrase. Good phrase. Somebody said, sir, you've not done health indicator. I'm saying there's a health divide in this India, and India's life expectancy improved from 59 to 68. So that was 1970. It was 49. Yes or no? Kerala topped the chart. Kerala's life expectancy is this. That's what we're talking about. This source is Lancet magazine. Life expectation in 2016. Kerala मुझे अच्छा दिखाई दे रहा है. मुझे ये भी अच्छा दिखाई दे रहा है. And I can see the darker color on the southern states. मुझे ये बीच की जो states हैं, can I call them the EAG states? मैप बन गया मेरा. मैप बन गया. Little bit only. You don't have time. Low. Yes, no? Can I say that low? Can I say moderate? And Kerala high. How much time did I take? Quick. आपको ही करना है, आपके पास ये डेटा है तो आप ये ऐसे कर दो, यहाँ पर एक ग्रीन कर दो, हाँ ऐसे भी डाल दो। I'm saying the teacher's job should be giving equipments to the student so that he goes in the examination, he has a clarity, everyone to know the reasons. Did I bring before in my brainstorming, did I bring the reasons why like that? Reasons are known to you. Do you have the data with you? Do you have a spatial illustration with you? Do you have the future also? Do you have a comparison with the neighboring countries? Do you also have examples where it can go down if things go wrong? Syria, Sri Lanka, does that examiner tell you a lot? And if somebody asks you way forward, people love way forward, and when the teachers dictate, whatever is the problem, you rectify it. That's the way forward. I'm saying way forward is Kerala way. और बताइए, imagine if I write a sentence, way forward. Well, one can contemplate many steps as way forward, but I would want to say Kerala way is the way forward. Now, has anyone written this sentence before in an answer? मैंने तो अभी बनाया आपके लिए. Now, when the examiner is reading it, good. So, what is Kerala way? Yes, improved socio-economic indicator, government focusing on spending on healthcare and education, status of women, and community participation in health. Done. Along with that, along with better healthcare, relying on traditional healthcare practices. Good. किसके पास ये answer है? Who has this answer? You have this answer. Is this wrong? No. So Kerala should be used as a model state. Well, I would say not for everything. Not for everything. Say for example, Kerala is not having a lot of industries. Yes, no? Kerala के पास वो scope नहीं है. Kerala will not be able to match on certain things on Gujarat. So on certain counts, it can be a role model. Is everyone okay with that? I think when it comes to life expectancy, Kerala model is a good one. Can I say literacy? Literacy, education में Kerala model is a good one. Third one, sex ratio. Think about it, sex ratio. Isn't it a good one? Now, whenever the question comes, make Kerala as the case study. Keep the data with you. NFHS data, everyone has NFHS data. That's why I made you do that. That's why I made you do that. So that you are confident. You are not stuck with this thing. उसको अपने हिसाब से you make a case study and get the marks. Get the marks in that. Opposite करना है. Keep the data of Bihar with you. Keep the data of Bihar with you. Bihar and UP. दो रखें. Bihar and UP, and you can bring in those things that big states. So UP is a large state. Yes or no? So administrative challenges are there, and everyone tell me. So today is, what is today? Parshuram Jayanti. Are you aware of Parshuram Ji? Yes. So Parshuram Jayanti. So I read it and I was very happy. So somebody wrote to me, sir, today I was not able to take a printout of the test which you gave me because of Parshuram Jayanti. Sab band hai. I said, okay, very good. So I was reminded of Parshuram Ji and the story in Ramayana. So I was very happy. Okay, very good. So I saw a board. Okay. सभी त्यागियों की शान में सारे त्यागी मैदान में, त्यागी कास्ट परशुराम, सभी त्यागियों की शान में सारे त्यागी मैदान में. बढ़िया था. व्हाट अबाउट अरोरा? मुझे भी मौका दो, क्या दिक्कत है? आई एम नॉट इनवाइटेड और व्हाट? सभी त्यागियों की शान में त्यागी सारे मैदान में. वो लड़ाई होने वाली क्या? वी गोइंग टू सेलिब्रेट? नो. कास्ट, यूपी, बिहार, एवरीथिंग विल बी कास्ट. So I was with my son. I was taking him to his guitar class. I said, do you know about Parshuram? He said, no. I said, let me tell you a story. True or not? So I wanted my son to know about Parshuram. I am not Tyagi. I am whatever, and I am equally proud of it. True or not? I am equally proud of my mythological stories. जो भी है मैं क्यों नहीं मानूंगा यार? Yes or no? He was a Brahmin who was able to have weapons also. Command on that. लेकिन अब हम उसमें ब्राह्मण करेंगे, क्षत्रिय करेंगे, and all those things. I told him that interesting story. Remember in Mahabharata, Karna went to learn something. Yes, mentor of Karna. So I told him, that story. He really liked it. I said, that's Parshuram. True or not? I said, but he was a teacher, but he used to be very angry because he was very strict with his students. So his students would be very with this thing. Neeraj is saying mentor of Bhishma also. बिल्कुल है. भीष्म के भी mentor. ठीक है. और वो जो रामायण में वो जो धनुष था, वो जो टूटा था. Yes. Sita Swayamvar there also. So I really wanted to शंकर भगवान का धनुष था. तो जब वो टूटा, and all those stories associated with that, that when we look at all these stories, would I divide them into gods of this religion, that religion? I would want my son to have all those stories with him. True or not? त्यागियों की शान में सारे त्यागी मैदान में. कोई त्यागी बैठा क्लास में तो हैप्पी परशुराम जयंती. जो त्यागी नहीं है उनको भी हैप्पी परशुराम जयंती. True or not? UP, Bihar, Kerala. Yes. And what do we have? Kerala, Hindus, Muslims, Christians. Happy Parshuram Jayanti to all. Hindu, Muslim, Christians. UP, Bihar also has it, plus castes. And there can be synergy in this. Let's live in harmony with this. And let's see which caste is where. इसलिए यूपी बिहार से लोग अदर स्टेट्स में जाते हैं, जबकि लिए वहां सिर्फ पॉलिटिक्स से डेवलपमेंट नहीं. आई एम सेइंग एवरीवन, आई एम सेइंग द सेम पर्सन फ्रॉम यूपी एंड बिहार, व्हेन ही इज इन बॉम्बे, he wants to forget all this. When he's working abroad, उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But when he comes back, he wants to get into this. Why? Homera says diversity brings balance. Diversity brings acceptance. Diversity brings you so many things. And diversity is the law of nature. It's such a beautiful culture that we are talking about. Yes, sir? Do you want everyone, your children, to know only of a few festivals? Of a few rituals? Are you ashamed of any festival other than your religion which you have seen and celebrated? Are you ever ashamed of that? In fact, I feel the countries which don't have that much diversity, they come to India. जी अरे यार, तो हर चीज का फेस्टिवल बनाते कि नहीं बनाते? And in the true spirit, हर फेस्टिवल का वो है यार. So that's what we are saying, and that is also contributed to what India is. झंडा तो है ही हमारे दिल में, झंडे की तो चिंता ही मत करो. बट हमारे झंडे में जितने रंग है ना, बहुत सारे यार. In ancient time, Bihar was center of excellence, but now only caste politics. ठीक है, that's true. 5 attempts at prelims. Cannot clear. Still taking down notes. Can I say this is one reason why any state in the country is going down? Because the youth is not clear. Youth does not want to take responsibility. He said, sir, you took a lot of burden from my head when you said keep geography aside. I, geography teacher, told him छोड़ दे geography, नहीं चाहिए. You come to me, you clear prelims. You come to me, I'll tell you how to manage geography within those 2 months. मैं बता दूँ. I'll tell you my promise. My promise in those 2 months, because you've already invested so much time. You will not. Sir, Pakka, there will be no loss. I said, PT Bhaskar, please. And please don't collect more notes. I said, don't worry, 2 months are enough. You've invested 5 years here. क्या दिक्कत है? And you tell me that you've been a national champion. बस मुझे इतना काफी होता है. I know that you have the ability. Just come to me. वो मैं push कर दूंगा. Prelims तो pass करके आओ. True or not? चलिए. Migration पे आते हैं. Next issue आज का syllabus का. Is everyone okay with longevity? I have talked a lot about longevity. Why did I talk about all these things? So that you learn to connect. As I said, human geography is about connection. That is why people are not scoring high on that. Can I take longevity? Done. Can you also see there is a connection between longevity and health indicators? Can I expect everyone to do that? एक चीज और बताना चाहता हूँ. If you are with me, if you are willing to take that link from me, there is a paradigm, there is a perspective in geography which is called welfare geography. After 1970s, geographers are looking at a different branch of geography which talks about who gets what, why, when, where, how. How can development reach out to people? Who gets what? Goods and services. Why and where? क्यों मिलना चाहिए? My rights are there. Yes, where? Every part, when and how. So can I say the discussion, if you get a question on longevity and health indicator, can you start your answer in the context of welfare geography? Yes. Can you see, as the geographical inquiry in 1970s, took a turn towards welfare geography, so did the interest of a geographer in issues like longevity and health indicator. So did the increase in the interest of geographer in issues like longevity and health indicators. Does that connect paper 1 with paper 2? Everyone? Now when the teacher comes and he dictates this, and after that he dictates this, then students isko bahut aata hai. So thank you sir, I gave you fees, you gave me value for money. Well, that is laziness. Teacher has mugged it up. I to just create it in front of you, no? Would you want that ability or not? True? So everyone, you tell me. Someone makes, you give him 10 rupees and he makes it 11 rupees. Get that? You keep on giving money, he makes it 11 rupees every year and you say thank you. You are value for money. And there's someone who you give 10 rupees and he says, let me train you how to make it 11 rupees. You give me fees only once. Who's your friend? Fees every time. Second one, he tells you and he says, you will have to stay with me for some time. Spend 6 months with me for some time. True? So I'm saying, when you go to a coaching that dictates, he's doing this. And next year, what does he promise? More new questions. And what am I doing? I said, you come once to me, no, that's enough. Have that ability, take that ability. Yes, it will take some push and pull. Come karo, karke aao, that will work. Okay? So I just wanted to connect that also. So in dono topic mein kya connect karenge? Welfare geography. Will you do that? Sir, any benefits of longevity? कोई बताए इनको any benefits of longevity? तुम्हारे माँ बाप बेटा लंबा जिएंगे तो कोई बुराई है क्या? हाँ सर्वेश्वर, कह रहे any benefits of longevity? अगर लंबा जिएंगे, सुखद जीवन जिएंगे तो कोई बुराई है क्या? And your parents will not live long if the socio-economic and political administrative environment is not fair. So is it also an indicator of that? Can I have any benefits of longevity? हाँ, लंबा दर्द भरा बुढ़ापा, that can be there. So everyone, in fact, longevity brings those challenges. वो यहाँ पर डाला है. Comes with challenges. Yes or no? Those challenges are there. But if that is there, that itself is an indicator that things and prosperity and welfare has come. That is why it is happening. Do I have a sample that Kerala has it, but Bihar or UP does not have it? Do you get that? So it will not happen. It is an outcome. It is an outcome that other development indices were in places. So that's what we are saying. लंबा जियो, माँ बाप सी क्या कहते हैं वो, जब आप पैर छूते तो आशीर्वाद देते ना, लंबी उम्र का आशीर्वाद देते कि नहीं देते? ट्रू. लिव लॉन्ग, लिव हैप्पी. ट्रू. तो वही हो रहा है यार, जीते रहो. पहले मर जाया करते थे बच्चे. Do you get that? When our life expectancy was very very low, kids will die. तो पहले क्या होता था? जीते रहो, जुग जुग जियो. Yes or no? अब हमारा 69 आ गया. तो मोमेंट ऐसे है, जीते रहो. 69 is enough. और कितना जीना है? हजारों सालों तक जियो. तो ऐसे वाले क्वेश्चन मत पूछा सर, इसके क्या बेनिफिट है बताओ. ये भी डिक्टेशन करवा दूं. आयुष्मान भव. ये देखो आप क्वेश्चन लेकर आती है ना पब्लिक, फिर ऐसे में फिर वो दुकान बहुत सही चलती है. हाउ लेट अस राइट डाउन 5 बेनिफिट्स. बताओ क्या बेनिफिट है. एज पर मार्क्सिस्ट, इफ यू लिव लॉन्गर you can serve the state better. As per feminist, if you live longer you can match up to women. As per postmodern geographers, living long will help you realize the supreme goal for you, and there is no material goal you can go for immaterial. As per structuralist school of thought, पता है इसको क्या बोलते हैं? बकवास. Many teachers in Delhi have done that. They start their answer with Marxist, feminist, postmodern geographer and anything, and they will write anything that comes in there. अब बताओ मार्क्सिस्ट क्या कहते हैं? You will serve your state better. बढ़िया. फेमिनिस्ट क्या कहेगा? महिलाओं की भी आप दुर्दशा देख रहे हैं. ऐसे ही आंसर में ना डिक्टेशन भी है. Whereas these are not valid things. They unnecessarily put everything over there. फिर वेलफेयर जोग्राफर रहेगा. वेलफेयर जोग्राफर will say this. Humanistic geographer will say this. सबने ये रटा हुआ है. क्यों? एक बुक आती है आर.डी. दीक्षित, वो एक टफ बुक है. उसके बाद एक आर.जे. जॉनस्टन की डिक्शनरी ऑफ ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी है. वहां से people with poor English also, teachers have marked it up, poor English में भी छाप देते हैं. And then your notes become like this. Why? Because students ask in the class funny questions like, sir, what is the benefit of increased longevity? ये भाई मजा है. Feel like yes, as per BJP long life, as per Congress long life, as per आम आदमी पार्टी long life. आम आदमी पार्टी अगर long life में क्या होगा, लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी, तो आपके पास नंबर ऑफ CBI रेट्स बढ़ती जाएंगी. ये सुनो. बीजेपी में अगर लॉन्ग लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी का क्या होगा? यू विल गेट अ लॉन्गर लाइफ स्पैन इन द अमृत काल. ये सुनो. कांग्रेस की लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी में क्या होगा? एक दिन राहुल बाबा, वन डे इवन राहुल बाबा विल गेट चांस. ट्रू. ये सब लिखवाया जा सकता है. एवरीवन, आर यू सीइंग आई एम डूइंग ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग? आर यू सीइंग आई एम डूइंग ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग? यू माइट फाइंड इट फनी. आई जस्ट वांट टू टेल यू दिस इज हाउ weaving of notes is done. To impress students who don't know Marxist, feminist and this thing, they will say, see, I told you about Marxist. अब ये पॉइंट लिख देना वहां पर. And then the student is least bothered about what the geography was. उसको किसी तरह से मार्क्सिस्ट लिखना है, फेमिनिस्ट लिखना है, पोस्ट मॉडर्न लिखना है. ठीक है. और सबसे ज्यादा क्या लिखेगा? In this Anthropocene era, where man has conquered all frontiers, as per IPCC report AR6, though the temperature is increasing, but the longevity is also going up. उसका कोई मतलब नहीं बनता. There is no meaning to this sentence, but we must write this. And students are blindly copying all this and clapping because my teacher gave me value for note. So he said, sir, my friend told me that this teacher is very good, and I joined his notes. He's giving all the question answers. I said, what is your friend doing? So he's given 3 attempts, 3 mains, but he's not been able to clear. I said, those good notes did not help him or what? So he said, they're too much. He was not able to read them. And when he writes also, no sir, he's not getting marks. I said, should your friend not think the second time before advising people to fall in that trap? He says, sir, now I think he should. तो चल रहा है. जो दिखता है वही दिखता है. True. Can we come to migration? Do you understand why that student after doing that coaching is saying mechanical? Because every answer is Marxist, capitalist, socialist, structuralist and postmodern in the name of linking. Everything is linking. मेरे बहुत सारे नाम है. जेलिंस्की आ जाता है, ली का मॉडल आ जाता है, सब आएगा. अभी माइग्रेशन में आएगा. माइग्रेशन में कौन से नाम आते हैं? जेलिंस्की. जेलिंस्की gave a migration transition theory. Migration transition theory. सर एनसीईआरटी में भी है. मिल गया. एवरीवन इज जेलिंस्की माइग्रेशन ट्रांजिशन थ्योरी इन एनसीईआरटी. People who read that. है कुछ ऐसा? Remember demographic transition? The way demographic transition happened, Zelensky says migration transition. I requested you to read that. अच्छा. There is another theory about Lee. Push and pull theory. ठीक है? Push and pull theory. Now what happens is these mechanical answers, they are told that whenever you get a chance, किसी तरह Lee मारना, Zelensky, Zelensky मारते रहना. Now what happens is when these stunts are told to majority students, जैसे वो करेंगे, does the teacher know ये stunt मार रहा है? Because everyone will be doing that. No original answer is coming. Get that? So please just be aware of that. People who are worried, sir, ये क्या है? Zelensky बता तो दो. अरे remember migration? There was a demographic transition theory like this. Yes, no? From a traditional society to a modern society. Yes. So what happens is when there is a traditional society, not much migration. But when the society is making a transition from traditional to agrarian to industrial, what will happen? Migration will increase. Get that? And when you have reached a level of urbanization, it will become stable. Migration transition. So even migration also transition happens. Is everyone okay? Push pull is you are at the source region. This is the destination region. Source has some attractions. Say for example, you have to choose that I want to prepare for UPSC or I want to prepare for this. What is this? IIT, JEE. So let me go to a coaching institute in Delhi or Kota, or should I stay at home? At home, what is there? Positive. Mama's food, pocket money. Yes or no? And she is also there. Negative. Papa saying nalayak, kuch nahi ho payega. Negative. I really have very bad score. Negative. Too much of YouTube time and remaining time is Zuba Kesari. True or not? Let's come here. Destination. Good teacher, good discipline. One, no distraction. Very good. Bad. She is not there. Mama's food is not there. You feel homesick. Cost is very high. Pollution, crowding. और यहाँ और भी डिस्ट्रैक्शन हो गया. जुबान केसरी के साथ फिक्र धुएं में उड़ानी शुरू की है तुमने. True or not? Loneliness. True. Priyanka, I don't know why would you be lonely. इतनी सारी बुक्स है तुम्हारे पास. So Lee says that migration is a decision. Migration is a decision. We make a decision based on push and pull factors. And he also says that sometimes in the path there can be intervening opportunities or obstacles. If there are opportunities, that will help you make a decision fast. If there are obstacles, that will make you think twice before migrating. Is everyone okay? I have just given you a gist of it. Why did I give you a gist of it? We have paper 1 में करते हैं. Why are we using this? We will somewhere use these ideas in our Indian geography also. So if we start bringing in the idea that, okay, Indian society, everyone, Indian society, has it reached the modern stage? No, it has not. So will there be migration or not? होता रहेगा. अच्छा. Will it only be Zelensky applying? No. Remember, women are more migrant than men inside the country. Why? Marriage. This special factor. Normally, I attach that as socio-economic changes are happening, as you're becoming an urban society, it is seen that urban areas, for job, men migrate. Young men migrate. For job, young men migrate. But for marriages, girls are going everywhere. True or not? लड़की की शादी तो उसके लिए मैरिज तो माइग्रेशन हो गई होगा. True. प्रिंस लेकर आया रेवनस्टाइन में लिखना है सर मुझे. लिख लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. रेवनस्टाइन्स लॉस. क्या लॉ थे उसमें? Male population are more migrant. Yes, most migration is for economic causes. अब ये सब अभी पढ़ने की जरूरत है, कॉमन सेंस है. बट वहां पर टीचर क्या करता है? इन द डिक्टेशन एवरी सेकंड सेंटेंस ही विल थोड़ा सा जेलेंस्की तड़का, थोड़ा ली पटाका, एंड देन रेवनस्टीन, ये सब डाल के ही इज डूइंग दैट. एंड मुशायरा चल रहा है एंड द स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी हैप्पी. सर बहुत मजा आया, बहुत मजा आया. एंड यू राइट, आस्क देम टू राइट आंसर्स. So do you know what they remember? Yeah, I remember Zelensky, Lee, and Ravenstein. What should I do? Migration को मारो गोली. Let me write all I know about Zelensky, Lee, and Ravenstein. वो सिर्फ वही लिखता है जो उसने रटा हुआ. So everyone, I think for migration, we should know what is migration. Migration is movement. And if you remember, I told you about the historical peopling of India. Yes, how the history of it is being there. So can I say history of people in India is about movements, migration. Sneha is saying in search of possibility. Sneha, I don't think so that human beings, when they migrated out of Africa, they were looking for possibilities. They knew that when we migrate from Africa, then our future generations one day will get to write UPSC. ऐसा सोच के तो migrate नहीं किया हो. Yes, sir. It is believed that human race started with the savannas, Africa, but then there were factors which were pushing them outside. Yes, sir. Humaira is saying looking for opportunities for better life standard. Humaira, tell me one thing, why did the Rohingyas migrate? All of you are looking only at the pull factors. True or not? भाई push करके भी तो हो सकता है. Is it possible or not? Conflict can be there. So many Syrians being pushed out of it. Yes. अच्छा एक बात बताइए, छोड़ी सब चीज. Ukraine people are being pushed out or not? War can destroy everything. अच्छा, tell me one more thing. Climate change. So many disaster proneness. People living in hilly areas, when they see so many disasters, they would say, I want to save my life. An investment, yes or no? So just don't be narrow on that. इसलिए तो बोल रहा हूँ. People listen to me, but they will not. They are very happy. Okay, notes बना लिया. And now you're saying people go for betterment. Betterment is one of the goals. But I'm saying there can be a push factor. No. Can there be push and pull? That can also be there or not. So one is movement. Please always remember that migration is about movement between two places. It is a decision that is there. Okay. Another thing is it involves crossing a political boundary. Crossing a political boundary. Second thing is this. Yes. And all this is spatially हो रहा है. So a geography student should see migration this way. So when I say tribal migration displacement, तो मैं थोड़ा सा और ऐड करना चाहता हूँ. इसमें कुछ words हैं. One is a migrant, other is a refugee, and there is IDP. तीन category. Will you remember that? So before I start teaching, पहले vocabulary होना चाहिए ना. We should know. So migrant is the person who moves from source to destination. He will move. He will cross a political boundary. It can be you move from district to district. You move from state to state. You move from state to some other state. You move from country to country. So it can be all those things. Refugees are the people who really have a threat to their life at some place, and they seek refuge. They seek refuge from a neighboring area. Get that? Priyanka is saying illegally, not necessary. Not necessary. There are laws for that. There is international convention for that, Geneva Convention that allows that you can apply your this thing that I want a refuge in your country. Yes, इसी में आपने सुना होगा asylum seekers. Have you heard of asylum seeker? That my life is in danger in that country. Give me asylum, political asylum. Yes, sir. श्रीलंका प्रेसिडेंट वो asylum लेके गया. वो तो धड़ल्ले से 56 इंच लेके गया यार. Yes, sir. Do you think he seeked asylum? Political asylum was this Nirav Modi. वो लेकर भाग गए भगोड़ा जिसे आप कहेंगे asylum seeker, but there can be genuine ones also where we are looking at your threat to life is there. Salman Rushdie, yes. Taslima Nasreen, we heard of such people who have written a book and people have like Iran had issued a fatwa against him, so that's what we are talking about, asylum seeker. Do we get that? Or even वो भी तो आपका WikiLeaks का Julian Assange, yes or no? Jamal Khashoggi took that and he was still killed, yes or no, embassy में बुलाकर. So can we say migration is a willful movement? I wrote something, Humaira. I wrote something. It is a decision. Migration is a decision. It's a conscious decision. Well, it can be because of a positive pull or can be push also, but it is a decision. You have to make a decision. What does it involve? Movement, and you will cross a boundary. For how long? Well, it can be temporary. It can be permanent also. Is everyone okay? So it is a decision. So it has to be a willful movement. But is it your will or somebody came and kicked you? That is also possible. A bomb is loaded and they said, "Hatu idhar se." Yes, sir. Governments. So when I'm talking about Myanmar, you are just pushed out of it. Yazidis in Iraq, when we were talking about all that thing which ISIS was doing, ISIS to any other community in Afghanistan, कर सकते हैं? So that's what we are talking about. So some principles. Everyone ये सब बातें क्यों की आपसे? So that you are comfortable and I can talk about basic things. This is what I was talking about, paper 1. Did we get the vocabulary? Let us look at, is migration happening in India? So 2 ways I want to look at migration in India. 2 ways. What are the 2 ways? One is, are Indians migrating out of India? Or are Indians migrating within India? Can I say international migration? I'm okay with that. I should study international migration. And are there internal migration within India? I need to study both of them. Do we get that? So I want to study both the things, internal migration as well as external migration. So how do you see Indians migrating outside? Global migration. I have a fact for you. International migration. India is one of the largest sources of international migrations in the world. हमारे यहाँ से बहुत से लोग migrate करते हैं. When I saying brain drain, not necessary. As again I'm saying, you are just limiting yourself. You are a new student, so you are not looking at multiple dimensions. Brain drain is just a small thing. People going from India to UAE as labor, that is not brain drain. Do we get that? Health workers going out, that's not brain drain. But I'm saying we are a developing country. We have a huge manpower. And it is going out. True. I want to tell you, recent data suggests that after COVID, more of remittances which used to come from the West Asia, now more remittances are coming from Europe and US, which shows not brain drain but skilled migration. We have some certain destination where India is sending unskilled migrants. Do you get that? Unskilled migrants are construction labor or whatever, and when we are sending them to Europe and Americas, I am sure you can understand they are more skilled. So a recent trend, that's where we bring current affairs into our answer, that recent trends show that the remittances are the money which they send, which used to be high coming from West Asia, have now become more from Europe and North America, showing that India is able to capture that skilled migration also. Is everyone okay? अच्छा, Indians living outside, people of Indian living outside is a word diaspora, clear to all of you? ये हमारा diaspora भी होता है. Diaspora का benefit क्या है? एक तो पैसा है, पैसा भेजता है कि नहीं? Migrants, remittances, they come to us. What else? They invest in us. Can I say FDI, FII? Some of them are. Can I say they also lobby for us? People to people relations, diplomacy, बिल्कुल हमारी soft power है उधर. True. Snake saying forex उसी में आ गया ना बच्चे. Economic aspect is there. Can I say economic aspect is there? Can I say diplomatic aspect is there? Can I say socio-cultural also? Socio-cultural. तो सारे फेस्टिवल्स हम मना रहे कि नहीं मना रहे? दिवाली is a big festival abroad. छोटा थोड़ी है. But I want to tell you, outside we may have contributed. India's inner population is not impacted by international migrations. Why? Because India के अंदर international migration बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं. You know, though you would say for political reasons it is said, you know, what Bangladesh से करोड़ों लोग आ गए and all those things. The data does not suggest that, but you know, politically we can make such big slogans. So that has been there. So that all will be there. But let us look at some of the data. My job is to objectively give you data and then you decide whatever you want to. So immigrants leaving India far outnumber newcomers by a ratio more than 3:1. So leaving India बहुत है. ठीक है. India has been one of the top countries of origin. We are a top country of origin since UN started tracing such statistics 3 decades ago. UN का data आता है and I have also taken that data from UN. 2019. Government might say हम तो UN का data नहीं मानते. हमारे पास अपना data है. Remember हमारे पास अपना data है. हम जो data डालना चाहते हैं हम डाल देते हैं. About 17.5 million or 1.75 crore people who were born in India were living in other countries 2019. And this represents a tiny fraction of Indian population. Remember our population? Our population. 130 crore. 130 crore. उसमें से कितने लोग माइग्रेंट हैं? 1.7 crore. Only about 1%. तो कहने से अपनी तरफ से बहुत लोग नहीं गए. But 17.5 million is a big population. इतना सिंगापुर की population इतने तो हम माइग्रेंट छोड़ देते. True or not? But anyways, that's what we are talking about. This means that Indians who account for 17%, now it is almost 18%, make up for 6% of all world's people living outside the country of birth. So we are 6% of the all migrant population. So we are big contributors of as a country of origin. Is everyone okay? Millions of people have left India or moved there in recent years, but because their numbers are small relative to the overall population, migration does not have a substantial impact on country's population dynamic. Is everyone okay? हमारे लिए नहीं है, but बाहर तो हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. True or not? So much so, the British Prime Minister can be Indian. US Vice President is a person of Indian origin. I'm not saying Indian, people from Indian origin. So that's where the diaspora is there. Do we get that? The UN estimates around 52 lakh foreign born people in India. So India में कितने 5 million जो हैं बाहर से 52 lakh. Remember our population 130 crore. उसमें 52 lakh people are in India. बाहर से जो आए वो भी कहाँ से आए होंगे? Do you think US वाला are coming here or Europeans? कौन आ रहा है जल्दी बताओ. ये कौन है? So neighboring South Asian countries. Neighboring countries. ऐसा देखो सबने अफ्रीकन, अफगानिस्तान, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश सब कुछ लिखा. अरे श्रीलंका लिखो ना सबसे पहले. Why isn't the current affairs going in your mind? True. ये UN data है. This is UN data. India may have different data. Yes or no? UN data, as per UN data, this is what I have. So whatever I am giving, at times I quote certain publications. So as per UN, as per some research fellow that's there might be differences with the data that India would have on that. Is everyone okay? Largest number of migrants, and since I'm talking about internationally, so I'm speaking to them. Largest number of migrants who were born in India now live in UAE. 2019 data. Where? Can I say West Asia? Can I say Saudi Arabia? West Asia, Pakistan, bhi, Oman bhi. True or not? Who were born in India? Sir, why Pakistan? Can I say many people because of partition? Because of partition also. They were there. True. US also. So they were born in India but living in Pakistan. Possible. All of these countries except the US have large Muslim majorities. Movement of India and Persian Gulf countries is often circular, with migrants periodically coming and leaving. Do we see Arab countries may it is circular? Yes or no? So one, let's look at West Asia as a case. West Asia requires labor. West Asia requires labor. It's a predominantly Muslim area. Get that? Indians are migrating, and Muslims, if they want to migrate as labor, would they prefer that as a destination? Yes or no? Would they prefer that as a destination? But they have roots in India. Will they come back to visit? So they are saying generally they would not give you those residential rights over their citizenship. So they will maintain their citizenship also. So we are looking at there is a circular movement between that. That's one thing. Another thing which I want to tell you about West Asia, especially Saudi Arabia, is their religious destination, Mecca and Medina. So Hajj Yatra bhi hogi. People will be moving and coming. Is everyone okay? So I'm looking at the reasons also why they are saying that this movement is there. So one is your religious affiliation, and that's all. Does that mean that non-Muslims are not moving over there? Well, I said one reason. यहाँ पे आएगा Levenstein, that most migrations are for economic causes. So it is that non-Muslims are also moving. Non-Muslims are also moving in these areas. But can I say that since this is a large Muslim majority, so Muslim population will be a sizable chunk which is making these migrations, and these migrations are often circular. Do you understand that? I'm talking about points and dimensions because geography is spatial, no? So we will bring all those through. So in India, not much people are there. These are there. ये कौन है? Refugees हो सकते हैं. Rohingya सुना आपने? Rohingyas भी India में है या नहीं? Are Rohingyas there in India or not? Asylum seekers can be there. And there can be irregular migrants also, but they constitute only 0.4%. Can I say 0.4%? ज़्यादा बड़ी चीज नहीं मेरे लिए. Get that? 0.4%. So in Indian demographic dynamics, it may not make a big difference, but does it make a big difference in politics of India? Can the politicians play with that? So I'm looking at 130 crore people. I am saying that satisfying 130 crore people is difficult. Easier thing is blame or find issues with these people. ये लोग खतरा 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 खतरा. Yes, so that's also one way. So politics में इनकी चर्चा खूब रहती है. By comparison, there were more than 50 million migrants in the US, accounting for 15% of US population. US, imagine, for US migrant population is a very, very big challenge. 15% of their population is migrant. And when Donald Trump says America for Americans and India for Indians, yes or no? India for Indians, America for Americans. Two slogan if I take that. Where will it create more problems? Non-Indians are only 4%. In America, non-Americans are 15%. And a sizable population from India also. Will it create a lot of insecurity over there? Yes or no? Will it create a lot of polarization over there? That's what Donald Trump wants. America for Americans. But tell him, you are talking about Indians, Chinese, Mexicans, and you're saying America for Americans. But America doesn't belong even to these goras. True or not? Even Americans are migrants. Funny part is, 15% is us. I'm saying 15% is India, China, whatever we are looking at. But the very fact that the Europeans went and colonized America, that's there. India कम से कम ये तो नहीं कह सकता, Britishers come and they say, like India for Britishers, they can't. We have thrown them out. True or not? America में तो Europeans हैं, उनको तुमने नहीं निकाला. America for Americans. This is just a way of polarizing the electorate. As I said, ना ये migrant issue, politicians ज़्यादा use करते हैं. Politicians will use it, and I want to tell you, they have attached a stigma and a negative image to a migrant. Tell me, is migrant a bad thing? He's leaving his or her own source to come and work at destination. Do Indians contribute to the economy, social well-being, healthcare, and essential services of America and Europe? True or not? Let me replace India. Let me replace India by Bihar. And let me replace Europe and America by advanced states. Gujarat, Maharashtra. Okay? Gujarat में भी crisis हुआ. People from Bihar forced to leave. Maharashtra में भी crisis हुआ. People from Bihar forced to leave. True or not? When we had, the क्या था वो? MNS. Raj Thackeray party saying that people from Bihar and UP leave Maharashtra. Maharashtra, Marathi Manus. Divisive. The politics part of it. The politics part of it. Recently, Gujarat में भी हुआ था. Gujarat में we were talking about people from Bihar. It's just politics comes. Bangalore में हुआ people from Northeast. People from Northeast. Nothing to do with the reality, because people from Northeast are contributing significantly. They are contributing significantly to the economy, to the services, and the level which they are giving. That's amazing. True or not? So जब बिहार से लोग move out करते, Eastern UP से people move out, they are willing to do all the challenging jobs which probably the people living over there are not doing. True or not? But then it's a very easy emotive issue. Maybe job kha raha hai person from Bihar. A person from Bihar is eating my job. An Indian is eating my American job. Chacha, you were never willing to work. You were a developed country. You were looking at social security. An Indian came and he started working. And he took on the challenge. So that's why we are looking at, but then those issues, as I said, those are important ones. Sir, in Assam, the Bangladeshis are doing those jobs. Yes, absolutely, they are doing those jobs. And I'm saying, when we are talking about Assam, Bangladesh, and West Bengal, let's take these three cases. So remember, there was this East Pakistan, and then Bangladesh was created. And Pakistan and Bangladesh are not secular countries. They are clearly Islamic countries. Yes, no? Will people come out of it? Will people come out of it? So Hindus will come out of it. Yes. But the fact is, everyone, I want to know about this, that you are a poor person. You are a poor person, and you are living at some place. You hear some partition happened. You were not responsible for that. You were not even looking for that. And they say this is the time that Muslims can migrate. So अब मुझे बताइए, बांग्लादेश में तो मुस्लिम वाली बात भी नहीं थी. Yes or no? फिर बांग्लादेश create हो जाता है. True or not? So now what happened was, there were many people who were left out. People who were Hindus, they were in Bangladesh pockets, and people who were outside Bangladesh and Muslims, they were there. सब कुछ छोड़ के जाना, नहीं छोड़ के गए. Whatever is there. Now tell me, was it a decision by masses, or was it a decision taken somewhere by the politicians? Who created a political atmosphere like that? Yes or no? Two-nation theory, whatever is there, and then Radcliffe comes and he draws a line. He's never even seen anything on that. It's thrown upon you, and there were people who were aware. Like many of you who read newspaper, you are so aware. So people who are aware, okay, they decide, no, Hindu Muslim, I have to decide, okay, I go to Pakistan, I go to East Pakistan, West Pakistan. There's a poor man, he's saying, my job is here, my livelihood is here, he stays in Assam. True or not? Now we are saying that all these are illegal migrants. I agree that there are many illegal migrants. That's also true. Why? Because India offers better economic opportunities. True or not? Than Pakistan. So people will migrate. But the same thing is happening from Bihar to Maharashtra. So you can't compare that. There is an international boundary. I agree on that. Absolutely, they cannot be compared. But those illegal migrations have happened. Perfect. Now I want to tell you, if illegal migrations have happened, They have happened because of economic reasons also and socio-cultural reasons also. True or not? So I have my students who are IAS officers who are in West Bengal. They are standing, sir, इस line के इस घर में half the house is in India, half the house is in Bangladesh. क्या करूँ मैं? True or not? Can I say socio-cultural reasons also? India, Nepal, roti beti का रिश्ता है. Roti beti का रिश्ता है means there are relatives on either side. True or not? Is everyone with me on this? So I'm saying it's very difficult to find out. It's very difficult to find out, and not only find out. After finding out, how do we resolve it? Big challenge. You resolve it at the political administrative level, but at the grassroots level, will it be a challenge? It has been a challenge. Now what we do is we say nothing, no nonsense. You are illegal migrants. That's also okay. Where is the data? अरे crores of them have come. ये आते रहे रुकते ही नहीं. देखो Assamese आपका भी हक मार रहे हैं and all those things. So now what do we bring? A lot of animosity also comes. There has to be an objective way of finding out. There has been objective way of removing them also. But what do? We make a rhetoric out of it. First we spread a long-term hatred, and then when everything is ready, this is the time to take political advantage of it and come up with it. So most of Indian migrants were born in Bangladesh, which was a part of India until partition, and then part of Pakistan until 1971. True or not? Get that? Bangladesh is not a secular country, so it will talk of Islam only. Yes. So Hindus who are there, they were living peacefully, but can radical elements be there? They will radicalize over there. Migrants will come here, they will be pushed, they will have stories. Radicalization happens here also, and both the side stories will continue. Who will benefit in this? The politicians. Politicians will take side. Pro-migrant, anti-migrant. Politicians will see the size of the vote bank, and they will decide pro-migrant and anti-migrant, and then they will play the politics. In this, we human beings, we will all be suffering. Do we get that? But the fact is that migrants have to be dealt with, and migrants, there is a point up to which we can support a migrant for some time, but we will have to find ways of negotiating it. And the thing is that India and Bangladesh share good relations. Do we or do we not? And let's resolve it. And even Bangladesh says that our economic, अगर आप देखेंगे बाकी indices पे Bangladesh was doing well. So they said अब तो हमारे economic indices भी ठीक हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग को सिर्फ नौकरी ढूंढने जाना. True or not? So that's what we are talking about. Everyone, please pay attention. That the idea is that there are two flashpoints of immigrations around India. One is Pakistan, and other is Bangladesh. That is going to be there. We need to resolve that issue. So हमने resolve कर दिया. How did we resolve it? How did we resolve it? We said, okay, 2019, there is Citizen Amendment Bill granting expedited citizen to Hindus, Christians, Jain, Sikh, Parsi, Buddhist, but not Muslim. बाकी आप अपना देख लो. True or not? Quick fix solution. Tell me, is that quick fix solution? Is this the idea of the plural culture that we are talking of? And can people be radicalized? People will immediately, sahi kiya, yes, it is correct. There will be some people who say, no, it is not done. Yes and no, both things will be there. No, many people sitting in the class will say yes. So many people say कि भाई अपने पास तो एक ही country है, Hindus के लिए तो एक ही, अरे एक और है, नेपाल तो at least दो तो है. True or not? And please don't consider this as Hindu-Muslim. I'm saying this is just politics because it gives advantage to some. It will, and people will do that. I'm saying think about Muslim Rohingyas being pushed out from Myanmar. Myanmar में तो Buddhist है. True or not? While it is plausible that, and many of them came to India as illegal migrants also. अपनी जान बचाने घुस रहा है. आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Even so much so, again saying bordering states like Mizoram will have connection with these people. Yes or no? The army is hounding them. उनके पीछे पड़ा हुआ कहीं तो निकलेगा बेचारा नदी पार करके इधर आ जाता है. So much so state governments in India requested the center, या Rohingyas उधर मर रहा है तो कुछ तो करना चाहिए. So they entered. While it is plausible that many Rohingyas are in India, only about 1 million Rohingyas lived in Myanmar prior to mass exodus. तो भाई कितने थे वहां पर हमने पता किया कि वहां पर पहले 1 million थे. Afterwards, UN estimate that there were approximately 50,000 people living in India who originated from Myanmar. So India में from Myanmar 50,000 people are living as per UN data, including 18,000 Rohingyas refugees registered under the Refugees UNHCR. So High Commissioner of Refugees, that's also there under UN. They look for. Indian officials estimate that there are 40,000 Rohingyas dispersed around the country. Get that? So they will enter. Now when they come here, they are not Indians. Yes or no? Will there be issues of assimilation? Yes. Will there be issues of conflicts? And the country should have the right. No. Citizens, the country should have the right to regulate them. If they have come, should we know about them? So now we recently saw a controversy. They have been given EWS housing in Delhi, and then the Home Ministry said, no, हमने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया. It's not about ha chi hushing them. This is a real issue. We should have proper data on them, proper monitoring on them, and that should be there. And we should resolve also. How do we? We should be talking about UN on this, how to deal with it. True or not? And will it be? Is India known for its humanitarian traditions? So जब तक है, we will support you, but we will find a solution. True or not? That's what we are talking about. So rather than seeing just as a political tool and a political mistake, imagine one minister says we have put them in EWS, other fellow said, oh my God, mistake हो गया तो ये कैसे कर दिया? Rohingyas तो Muslims है. अरे Rohingyas Muslim है जो भी है, under UN High Commission for Refugees, if they have come, the neighboring countries are duty bound to hold refugees for some time. Yes, and then come to a solution. I know it is a vexed issue. It is very easy to talk about it in the class. It is a challenging issue. But then what I'm saying is, as a response, and also tell me, out of this whole comedy of nations in South Asia, does India come across as a representative of South Asia? Did you read today's Hindu newspaper where S. Jaishankar is talking about that India and China should collaborate to become a part of rising Asia? True or not? With China, I'm saying we must collaborate. Let us be that power of Asia. With these people, if we are not able to do that, ये तो China कर रहा है, China भी तो boss ही बन रहा है उधर. So can I say it just goes into talks? India is a responsible country. It should identify all the Rohingyas where they are, should monitor. They can be a threat to whatever we are talking about, our national security, and they cannot enjoy the rights which the citizens of India have. But at the same time, since they have entered India, we must find a solution and reach it amicably. फिर जहां पर भी हो, अगर agree भी होता है, तो we will look at that. But that should be there. Unauthorized immigration is a controversial subject in India and practically impossible to measure. I hope you get that. It is practically impossible to measure because it happened over a long time, especially as laws about legal and protected status have shifted over the years. Yes, Akriti, I understand that. So I'm saying it's practically impossible to measure. It's practically impossible to measure. Should we put instruments in place? Now what happens is, I am a political party. I say, देखो इंडिया को धोखा दिया गया. The political party, the ruling party has cheated us. There are crores of Rohingyas who have entered India. जवाब दो. देश जवाब मांगता है. True or not? Yes or no? Everyone, please look at this. उधर से निकले ही नहीं, उतने तो थे ही नहीं उधर. 10 लाख तो उधर ही थे. How did you say crores? बट बोल गया रैली में, करोड़ों लोग आ चुके हैं, देखो सरकार जवाब दो. अगर तुम नहीं बोलोगे तो शाम को और ना बोल देगा. There is no validation of that. Yes or no? We say we are not signatory member of UNHCR. फिर why are we talking about rich cultural heritage, of tolerance and all those things? जैसे मोदी जी ने कहा ना, हमें गर्व होना चाहिए, अपने ऊपर गर्व होना चाहिए. किस चीज का गर्व होना चाहिए? True. Everyone, imagine, there is a tragedy, there is an accident next to your house. Would you let those people die? That's what we are saying. We are not signatory, so we are not rule bound to give them asylum. हम नहीं दे रहे. But that is there. True or not? While India has been willing to host refugees, they typically have not been granted legal status. Legal status नहीं है. ठीक है? So sir, what is UN card for refugee? UN card है कि आप refugee हैं, UN का card है, but legal status नहीं है. You are not a citizen. That's one of your identities. अरे बाबा, you are a refugee and you have a card for that. Refugee identity है ना सर. UN card for refugee क्या होता है? वो हर चीज पे वैलेंटाइन से एक दिन पहले मिलता है, फ्री होता है. बताओ सर, what is passport? It is your identity. And expected to return to their homes as soon as possible. So this is what is we are saying. We are not saying that we are taking it as a duty that we will do that, but we are not going to give you legal status, and we expect you to return as soon as the conditions allow. Is everyone okay? So how long can a country support refugee? ये भी देखो कितना अच्छा है. How long, Humera, you will take to clear the exam? How long will you take? I met a guy who has taken 5 years. True. So how long will it take for Pakistan to give back POK? कितना जल्दी हो जाएगा? जल्दी से बता दो. So if I had the answer, I would have done that. True. We said this is a complex issue, practically impossible. So how long is difficult? And let me tell you, Maharaj, I'm just talking about it will affect the economic condition of the country. Even when Rohingyas were not there, you think suddenly Rohingya ने आपके हिस्से का पाई खा लिया? ठीक है? Everyone, please understand. I'm just talking about Rohingyas. Everyone, just talking about Rohingyas, not about anything else. And Humaira said that, sir, how long will it take? First of all, does Myanmar have a democratic government? If there is a democratic government, I can really have some hope of giving you a timeline. Their democratic leaders, elected leaders, are behind bars. Some of them have already been given death punishment. And you're saying how long? True or not? Now Humaira says, sir, that's an economic problem. So Humaira, you have a neighbor, and he is a very abusive one. He comes and abuses everyone. Get that? You are asking how long will this abuse continue? It causes a lot of tension in my mind. The sad part is we can't change our neighbors. Yes? Why not come up with a logical refugee policy? True. Ramesh says we must try to assimilate them here. Ramesh, how many are you going to assimilate? Please understand, our population is already very, very high. True. So if something happens, if some tension happens, should we have agreements with Bangladesh, with Sri Lanka? देखो यार, we can see Sri Lanka has an economic crisis, and we are monitoring around 1,000 people came over to Tamil Nadu. We have identified them. When your situation is better, we want to make it clear that you will take them back. We will keep all the data with you. हो सकता है, can we talk about that or not? Sri Lanka, we are standing with you. We are standing for these people also. Can we do that? But we'll not do that, and one day we'll make a political issue and we'll say all the people from Sri Lanka, no, I am your friend, vote for me. And tell me, because of the corrupt officials, can they get all those documentation done or not? वो तो हो रहा है ना. So that's where your documents need to be checked. So this is where it gives corruption also. It gives birth to corruption also. So many things happen in that. So I'm saying this issue has to be managed strategically. And for the example, मैं आपको देना चाहता हूँ. Everyone, please take this example. Maybe this helps you. This is Turkey. Here is Syria. इधर तो Lebanon भी है, and Iraq भी है. Yes. What happens? And they all want to migrate to Europe. True or not? Europe doesn't want them. But they are being killed over there. तो मर रहे. True. So what has Europe done? Europe said, Turkey, please stop these people. Turkey said, why should I stop? They said, look, we will pay you for the care of these people. Can you create camps in Turkey? Europe is paying for that. They said, we want the welfare, but it should not be the way that they enter. Make sense? Turkey said, okay, if you are doing that, we will be okay. Get that? How long? Turkey says, not forever. We will keep track of them. When the issues are resolved, we'll send them back. Europe said, we also want that to happen. We will mediate with these and we'll try to broker peace over there. Make sense? A boat full of refugees trying to come to Australia. Threat is there. They are dying. Sea level change. Everything happening. True or not? They're trying to enter Australia. Australian Coast Guard comes and says no entry. Get that? Food finishes. The world says, "Arey, बुला लो, वापस भेज देना." No entry. घुसेगा तो problem है. Food finishes. One person dies. 2 people die. Infection happens. Many people die. All of them die in front of Australia. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Will not allow you. Australia versus Europe, a policy. And I'm saying you can have some other. India. True or not? Can we have that? Again and again. Except. Do we get that, everyone? So that's what I'm saying, that I don't have a solution. But can we see choices? And I'm saying India need to be stern about things. There's a need that we will compromise on our sovereignty. No need at all. Be stern, be clear, and what India is known for, do that also. Come across as a leader. There are crises. Can we change Pakistan as our neighbor? Can we change it? No. But Pakistan soil is used for anti-India activity. Bhutan soil is not used for that. Nepal is not used for that. So because they are not Muslim. Bangladesh say, Modi ji came and resolved so many things with Bangladesh. They said Bangladeshi soil should not be used for anti-India activity. Bangladesh said, okay, we are also okay with this. Absolutely okay. It's nothing to do with Hindu states or Muslim states. It's to do with diplomacy. It's to do with clarity. It's to do with responsibility. When the leaders take responsibility, action happens. Problem is, Myanmar se kis pe baat karo? Myanmar is a challenge over there. Do we get that, everyone? Anyways, I don't want to extend this. I have brought in the debate to you. I have the data with you. Is everyone okay? This is UN data. Again saying this is UN data. As I said, at places where we are not keeping data keeping, and this is 2019. After that, Rohingya happened, or we are looking at even a lot of things happened. I told you about UAE. Many people came back to India. They were never allowed to go back to UAE. So many things have changed. But broadly, I thought that to get an idea, that should be there. Now, the bigger thing that we are interested, or we should be interested in today, is the migrants within India, internal migrations. So everyone, have you read NCRT? NCRT class 12th on this? Yes. Does it give us data on district to district? Yes. State to state, SI, rural, urban. Can we use that? Good ideas. Very good ideas on that. My job is to bring something more to you. My job is to bring something current to us. So with a population of 1.2 billion, according to 2011 census, India is culturally diverse. Can I understand that? Lower middle income country, which Modi is talking about, that what should we become? Developed country. But we can look at that. Okay. Data on internal migration have been collected since 1971, primarily by means of census. Yes, with question focusing on lifetime migration, duration of residence, reasons why we moved, all those things are there. Data of 2011 census says Indians exhibit a low level of permanent internal migration, ACMI of below 8%. So you will see people from Bihar migrating and they will want to go back also. Yes, sir? People from Kerala migrating for work and they would want to go back also. Many people working in Bangalore, IT, and they would want to come back also. Yes, sir? Which is sought to be substituted by temporary circular migration. Is everyone okay? Circular migration, keep on moving. Yes, particularly among males. Why? Because migration is mostly economic. Okay, but for women, the story will be different. Indian display early migration. ये एक important trend है. So when do we migrate? Early. So I don't know how many of you after college do we migrate or not? जैसे ही placement मिलता है, we are willing to migrate. Mentally we are prepared. Yes or no? So early migration, which peaks at the age of 20 for females and 25 for males. Female का 20 पर क्यों है? Because marriageable age आ गया. So female will peak at 20. So I'm giving you data which is relevant, where you can add from NCERT that females migrate for marriage. So at around 20 years age, that's the peak for them. And 25 में can I say you completed your college? College complete हो गया. Graduation, post graduation, some of you do your engineering and then MBAs and all that. Can I say after 25 you are waiting for placement? Yes or no? Driven largely by marriage for women and employment for latter. Is it a common sense thing? But I have data for you. Can you use that? With about 30% of the population residing in urban areas, so urbanization, India appears to be at an early stage of urban transition. That contribution to rural-urban migration to urban growth is dominant. So remember, in that stages, what happens? जो demographic stages था, इस stage में होगा क्या? पहले तो यहाँ पे सब ट्रेडिशनल है, तो रूरल टू रूरल है. अब क्या हो जाएगा? रूरल टू अर्बन, स्मॉल सिटीज, रूरल टू अर्बन, एंड व्हाट विल हैपन? इधर क्या आ जाएगा मॉडर्न में? अर्बन टू अर्बन. So I live in Delhi, I migrate to Mumbai. But अभी इंडिया कहाँ पर है? Where is India? Which stage of migration transition? We are in the transition stage. So what will we see more? What will we see more? Rural to urban. So you have seen all of them in the NCERT book. But which one is the dominant one? That is there. Women, which one is dominant? Marriage. Men, which one is dominant? Job. Which age is dominant? Women see a peak at 20. So 20 पे क्यों? Can women not migrate later? 30, 40 वो भी हो सकता है. बार-बार शादी थोड़ी कर रही है. हर 5 साल बाद शादी करेगी क्या? पीक आएगा क्या? एक ही बार पीक आएगा. Yes or no? 20 पे पीक आ जाए. 20 to 25 के बीच में the girl is getting married. So that's what we are looking. And the boy is 25 plus. Do we get that? So that's what we are talking about. So you can use that idea also. That idea. So this is where you will connect paper one. Get it? From the data which I give you, you can connect paper one. So males, females, you got the age, and you can see urban to rural. Rural to urban is the dominant one. Moderate levels of migration effectiveness coupled with low intensities underpin limited population redistribution. Correct? Spatial patterns reflect pronounced persistent state level variation in socio-economic conditions where developed and urbanized states register net gains. Do we agree? So Gujarat, Maharashtra, Punjab, they will get net gain. Bihar will get net loss. Bihar, Odisha will get net loss. I think my answer is done. Everyone, is my answer done? Did I use urban transition, demographic, migration transition? Do I know the age group? Do I know my states also? Do I know the causes which are happening? So, and circular migration. And I'm saying migration, internal migration, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं. साथ में I will say another thing which I can say here is, in especially bordering states, there are issues of illegal migrants. Can I add one more point over there? When we are looking at Pakistan, illegal migrants, Bangladesh, illegal migrants. Now for Myanmar, can we say Rohingyas? I have enough stuff here. I have enough stuff. So इसी को और expand करना. You can take a temporal dimension. What is the temporal dimension? Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay with the spatial part of it? This slide gives you the spatial part of it. NCERT people who have read, do they know of that theory also and the data, relevant data? I first want to tell you that all those things first should come from NCERT, then my data should add. Now, how can I make it temporal? In post-independence India, partition led to forced displacement of nearly 14 million people between India and Pakistan. So, एक तो हमारे पास temporal आ गया. I just told you that this is the case. Subsequently, after that, what was driving migration? After that, industries, trade was driving, and what cities developed? Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai. This is the second wave of internal migration. Can I say this was the first wave? Tell me, which wave was push, which was pull? Remember, you can bring in Lee over here. Which one was push, which one was pull? So first was push migration, second was pull migration. Perfect. Does it bring one more theory to us? Lee's theory also. So you're making your answer. That's going to be the. These three newly emerged centers along with Delhi reshape the regional economy. So now what am I saying? The regional development. इसी में क्या आ जाएगा? Then comes our planned growth. Planned growth. Did the government through 5-year plan created industrial towns? Yes or no? Bokaro, Rourkela, will that be important? Did the government create ports? Will that be important? Did the government create highway programs like Bharat Nirman and this government Bharat Mala Pariyojana? I'm bringing all those things. Can I say as urban areas have developed, how many do we have? We have got 51 million plus cities. They have been the center of attraction of migration. Is everyone okay? Job done. Temporally also, spatially also. Now it is mostly betterment. Abhi hum kaun se stage mein? We are in the Zelensky stage of transition where rural to urban is predominant. And what we are looking at is now in India, with a sizable improvement in urban areas and job culture, now we are also making a transition from rural to urban also, especially high-skilled labor. Do we agree? High-skilled labor. Another thing which you can say is education. Can I say for education, people are migrating to big cities? Good points, genuine dimensions, you can do that. Arif is saying green revolution. Arif मैं उसको लेकर आ रहा हूँ. पहले मैं यहाँ तक ले आऊँ. Everyone, 2 waves have happened about this one. Is everyone okay? Perfect. Now let us get into the map part of it. If I get into the map part of it, so can I say if I have to show about the mostly the origin, बड़े origin states ये हैं कि नहीं? Yes. Are people moving out? Where? Can I say to Delhi? To Mumbai? Can I make these? Can I make these or not? I want to make this also. Agriculture. Labor. Do we agree? Simple ideas. I'm going for this. I also feel that Gujarat is also doing well industrially. तो ये अहमदाबाद भी आते हैं. Can I say down south? This is Mumbai. This is Ahmedabad. This is Delhi. Can I say बीच में हॉल्ट आएगा कानपुर, इलाहाबाद, पटना, जो भी हम देख रहे हैं. But unfortunately, they are not strong centers to stop that. They are not acting as counter magnets. होना चाहिए. There should be smaller towns. बीच में भोपाल आया रुक जाओ यार, इधर नागपुर आया रुक जाओ, but नहीं रुक पा रहा है. That's the sad part. Can I say Bangalore is a big center? Can I say Chennai is a big center? Can I say even Mangalore can be a big center? Can I say port towns can be there? इधर हमारे पास कोचीन आ जाएगा. True, possible. Can I see even from Delhi भी इधर आ रहा है, Bangalore आ रहा है. Urban to urban will also happen. इधर हैदराबाद भी है. Can I say that? Or south say, can I say many places Chennai would be attracting certain things. I want to tell you, Kolkata is a big center. तो बिहार से कोलकाता भी आएगा. Now let me show you something. All coming to Assam. All coming to Assam. Is everyone okay with Assam? Assam is the plain state. Now from Assam coming to West Bengal. Possible? Internal migration map. How did I do? Innovate. सेंटर्स क्या हो जाएंगे? यहाँ पर सेंटर क्या है? इधर तो तिरुवनंतपुरम हो गया. व्हाट इज दिस? कोयम्बटूर. बैंगलोर तो हो चुका बेटा. बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद, मुंबई, पुणे. कैन आई कीप दैट? मुंबई, पुणे, नासिक, नागपुर, भोपाल. यस. दिल्ली एनसीआर. ट्रू और नॉट? कोची मैंने कर दिया बेटा. मेक सेंस? आई एम सॉरी, आई डिड नॉट डिक्टेट एनीथिंग. व्हाई? बिकॉज आई क्रिएटेड अ मैप फॉर यू. If you also drew with me, you have that. This map is registered to you. Get that? Next. I gave you the data. I gave you temporal ideas also. ये तो industrial था, as somebody talked about, that even green revolution created its migration waves. True or not? Green revolution created its migration waves. Can I say here, can I say, can I put something around here? Issues of border से जो migration हो रहा है, cross border migration. I can put a cross over there also. इधर भी राजस्थान में कोशिश करते हैं और इधर कोस्ट में हमने देखा. कैन वी पुट दोस क्रॉस? श्रीलंका पे भी डालो. है, does any book have this map? Any book having this map? No. Is this map right or wrong? Absolutely right. We have the temporal trends. We have the spatial trends. We also have which age group. So we don't have theory. Come on, I used all the theories. I used all the theories in this. I have international data also. I use the theory of Zelensky to show India is having rural urban as predominant one. We are switching over to urban urban. Yes or no? Did I also talk about Bihar having more push factors and Gujarat having more pull factors? Okay. And I add that it can be because of economic, education, marriage, and even when we are talking about agriculture, वो भी economic है. And there can be something because of disasters. You can add something because of disasters also. कि यहाँ पर disaster proneness है, coastline or for disaster proneness if you are adding something. ली को भी हमने डाला, push and pull. Disasters. Where? Himalayan belt, coastal, cyclone belt. Can I do that? So this is what I wanted to talk today. दो चीजें कर रहे हैं. I know this is a late evening class. I don't want to keep it till 9 o'clock. So आज खत्म करते like पिछला वाला भी okay था. Did we get some boost into this? I have a request. NCERT जरूर कर लेना यार. I could have impressed you with fancy sounding things. Tell me both the things. Are you confident or not? Longevity also and this thing. Can you handle both GS and optional? You won't need 5 attempts to fail prelims. I'm saying if you're smart, first attempt में pass कर जाओ. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for you people working smartly, you people having that confidence. I'm not looking at I'll make your 10 rupees to 11 rupees. I want you to spend time with me and learn how 10 can be made 11, 12, and soon you will make 10 ka 20 bhi karo. You will learn how to spend less time and more. Yes, I could have dictated 4 topics. Some of you, remember somebody was saying, sir, or topic. I could have dictated population policy also, but they are already in the book also. So my course is designed that there will be talks, there will be discussions, there will be questions on this. So tomorrow we'll be doing the remaining part. Is everyone okay with the syllabus? I think tomorrow is the last class on Indian cultural setting. Check karo Indian cultural setting, hai na? Yes. Are we done with this? So tomorrow we'll look at population problems, policies. This will be there, and tomorrow I'll be asking you answer writing also. Be prepared for this. करके आएंगे. Take it as challenge. What is the problem? आपको बता दिया questions किससे आएंगे. अपना NFHS करके आना. Get that? So thank you for spending and attending this evening class. All the people who are listening to me on recording, you please participate in the class as per its schedule. And if you are doing the recording, make sure you also use the test time. Yes, Bandana is saying feeling hungry, and Sanjari is saying good night. Yeah, it's very rare that I say good night in my geography optional class. So good night. Thank you. Bye bye. And happy Parshuram Jayanti also.